We have A. Balasubramanian, MD of ABSL, Aditya Birla Sun Life, joining us. Bala, hi. What's your take on the India-US trade deal? Do you think the details are not out, but it's a positive move from a market's point of view?
Yes, this is a big positive news, coinciding with the one of the best budget that government has presented a few days back, and coming around the same time, the solution for the US tariff, which has been pending for quite some time, and final outcome, which is about 18%. It's of course far lower than what was being imposed upon India earlier. To the extent, it's a big surprise and big positive. I think thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister, who on the team, I think who finally got this to the final fixer. This something is very good. It's also coming at a time where the rupee dollar is under pressure, so this will definitely have a positive impact on rupee dollar. And there has been a flow which is lacking from overseas. This will actually open up the gate for the foreign flows to improve, especially in the FDI route. And also exports being behind this US tariff uncertainty. Some of the exports companies, both in the manufacturing side as well as service side, would become the larger beneficiary. At least they improve focusing on the business rather than focusing on speculating what tariff will come. At least the energy will now go towards building the business rather than living on the uncertainty.
Does it also help in on planning for many of the India Inc. Companies of how to look at US as an export market now that you have a certainty of a tariff which is coming in? Of course, there is no executive order which has come in from the White House till now, but the assumption is that that would come in soon, and so we'll have a certainty on the tariff.
Yeah, definitely. At least now we are not in the negotiation table. We already negotiated what the final tariff would be. I'm sure they would have thought through it carefully in terms of the various differential tariff between the various items which are more essential from India point of view import from US and which are essential from US point of view to import from India. So I'm sure they would already looked at each of these dynamics and basically they would have decided. Well, of course, we can always wait for the final details to come. I think we'll have to just appreciate both the leaders of having acknowledged and agreed and acknowledged finally putting this to an end. Itself is a big positive news. And now I think business will become as usual, as normal as it should be. But exports, I must admit the fact that last 1 year, Indian exports on merchandise side, there has been a big setback, especially textiles, jewelries, diamonds, and other such areas that has been lagging behind. Therefore, to the extent they will get somewhat of renewed vigor in the business, which I think should come back to normal.
Bala, just from a trade-off perspective, do you believe that the trade-offs that have been made, I mean, these are, of course, just initial thoughts and comments coming, but do you believe that the trade-offs are largely justified with regard to the imports that we need to make from the US, $500 billion and the like? Do you believe that that trade-off looks okay?
I think the trade-off is a must, given the fact that India is one country generally has been pretty neutral to every country in the world, whether it is Russia, Europe, or US. And India is one country not only respects, we also have very cordial, friendly relationship on the business side. Therefore, to the extent what has been agreed with the US would only do good for the long term. And second is, as far as the oil concern, today oil import, wherever you get, the whole oil dynamics itself is undergoing a major change with the renewable energy is one area where there is a significant pickup. To the extent this trade-off, my view, is a must. And my own belief is it will not do any harm either side on any relationship with any of the other countries. That's my broader understanding. Given the fact that India is one country, have always been a good partner for most of the countries in the world.
Okay, so 1,400 points, nearly 1,400 points. Okay, 1,450 points. Very, very early in pre-open, but we are 1,450 points higher. Bala, thank you so much for coming in and giving us that perspective on this very, very critical day, of course. It's